Hi, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick.
My name is Chris, and Nick, what have we got today?
You beat me to it. Today we are talking about Cardano and all about parameter K, which could have large implications if you're staking Cardano in the ADA token. So before we get into that, do go ahead and smash up that like button for Chris. Really appreciates it, and do so if you're really a big Cardano fan. And as always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe, and in doing so you'll be kept up to date with all of the live streams and videos that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. Anything else you want to add before we go on over to check out the markets?
Only one thing, Nick. Do write a comment below. Let us know whether you're into ADA and how much you like the project. We're really interested to know, aren't we, Nick?
Absolutely. Do drop those comments down below. Chris does read every single one of them, and I do catch the occasional one here and there as well. Right, I'm going to hop us over just to check out what's happened in the last 24 hours and where is Cardano. Right, so here we are. We can see that the market cap is currently at 426 billion, and it's pretty much red across the board here. We've had about 20 or so billion leaving the market space in probably the last 20 or so hours. So Bitcoin's down a little, Ethereum's down a little, etc. And Cardano, unfortunately, did not escape either. It has come down 5.23. However, as always, Chris, what happens when the market declines?
Well, I buy the dip.
We buy the dips. It's another opportunity, guys. Not financial advice, but when the markets are red, we go ahead and we stack up a little bit more. It's an opportunity to buy. There's an opportunity both in red and an opportunity in the green. Never miss an opportunity. Right, so, Cardano has slipped a little here at 5.3, but ultimately, it is still trading at 10.2 cents, so a pretty good level. Now, let's have a look at the chart here. Just see what's going on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the, so this is the little run here, so I'm going to just pop in a fib retrace on the high to the low, which I'll do here. I'll be conservative, and we'll find out where we're currently trading here. So we actually broke into the 38 to 50% range briefly yesterday, but we have obviously come down a significant way since that money has left the market. So now we are back in the 23 to 38% range, but I imagine that we'll continue to trade up here. Now, one thing that I'm seeing that's quite interesting is this level is being tested quite a few times. And it broke through here, went down, and broke back through, but we are currently sitting just there pretty. So if we don't go down, and actually close that candle below that threshold that we're seeing along this line. So if I just put in a bit of a support so you can see it a little bit clearer, but basically this line here is a bit of a trend. I'm just gonna, not a trend, but a bit of a support and resistance. Okay, so it's being tested multiple times now. As long as we don't close below that line, I'm pretty confident that we'll actually start to see another kick back up again, and we might be trading back into this area, and again, if we draw another one on here, we can see another point of kind of resistance and support. So there's being testing around this area here, and we've got to a rise up here as well. So I'd be interested to see if we can get closer in the coming days and actually breach this line moving in the upward direction. So quite positive. I'm not concerned. I don't think you are too, Chris.
No, not concerned in the slightest.
Exactly. This is just opportunities to continue stacking up where you need ADA, and we'll continue to gain ground in the long term, I am sure. ADA is one of those projects that I believe will go a long way, so definitely nothing to be concerned about there. Anything you want to talk about more on price? I know we have quite a few different kind of price predictions depending on what years you go to, but we're pretty comfortable that Cardano will be something that will be worth a considerable amount of money in the future, specifically as we approach 2025, 2030, etc.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I'd like to mention, Nick, is obviously, it's a prime example the last few days, isn't it, of why we don't trade? Because, obviously looking at the market over the last few days, we've seen some whales go in, You know, they've waited for the price to go up. Obviously, you know, people have jumped on the FOMO wagon, as I call it, bought in, and then they've sold up at the top. The price is retraced, and that's why we just don't trade, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, it's not something that we engage in. It's far too risky. You have to be very, very much on it, pretty much 24/7, 365, and I don't believe there's that many people that have that much time, and unfortunately people do, and the majority of people lose quite considerable amounts of money through trying to do the trading aspect of it. So it's actually better to kind of, in our opinion anyway, not financial advice, but generally what we do is we just find things for those medium to long term plays, and then we just have like good price brackets that we aim for, and then we just sell out when we want to exit that particular project. But that being said, you know, if you have the time and you have the attention to detail, you know, you can still do those trades. It's just not something that we would recommend. Not that we're financial advisors anyway, but it is highly risky. We just don't get involved in it. Perfect. Right, Chris, I'm going to hop us over to the article of question here, which is all about parameter K. And this is maybe a little bit technical for you guys, but maybe not. Hopefully you'll follow along. And it's really positive. I think this is a really positive thing because it's going to help a lot of smaller bags out.
It's really important as well, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. So Cardano IOHK will increase parameter K and improve decentralization. So IOHK will change the parameter K and will thus influence the staking rewards for Cardano users from December 6th, 2020. And in March 2021, which, you know, is a key point. So parameter K will be increased to strengthen the decentralization and force users to switch to smaller stake pools. Okay, so IOHK Marketing and Communications Director Tim Harrison has presented a roadmap of key points in Cardano's decentralization. Since the development of 𝗕𝗘𝗪, the Cardano ecosystem is moving towards two major milestones in its development: the introduction of decentralized finance and the transition to a fully decentralized network. This last milestone is part of the last era of Cardano, the 𝗕𝗘𝗪, with the introduction of the Catalyst project and the sustained reduction of the D parameter, and two factors that move the network towards that goal. However, Harrison has presented a change in another factor that is intended to reward the long-term holders of ADA, people like me and Chris, okay, and hopefully a lot of you guys as well. So IOHK will increase the parameter K for Cardano. IOHK will increase the parameter K of the reward system. When 𝗕𝗘𝗪 was deployed on the mainnet, IOHK started with K equaling 150, effectively limiting a pool size at around 210 ADA. Okay, after monitoring the activity of the network in recent months and observing how the IOHK staking pools operate, the decision was made to adjust the parameter. However, Harrison also pointed out that K is not equal to other parameters in the Cardano network. Modification of K requires active user participation. Therefore, the user for the users who are staking have to become active and choose new pools to stake their ADA, as Harrison added. We plan to implement the K change in a staged manner. First, we shall move to K equals 500 epoch to 34 on Sunday, the 6th of December 2020. The move to K equaling 500 will give small to medium ranged pools that are currently struggling an improved opportunity to attract delegation. It will also have the effect of limiting pool size to 64 ADA, which means over 100 of the largest pools will become saturated. You can re-delegate at any point between now and the change. So based on the above, the IOHK recommends that ADA delegates delegates, choose new pools to stake, especially if their group has exceeded the 64 ADA. The recommended period is before or during epoch 233 before 9:44 p.m. UTC on December the 6th. So the users can check the level of saturation for their pool in the Dedius wallet. With the change, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘 plans to ensure that small and medium-sized staking pools will also be able to contribute to the network alongside large operators. Harrison believes that the reward at Cardano will be distributed more fairly than any other blockchain system, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ultimately, users will benefit from choosing a new pool by getting higher rewards. 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘's Director of Marketing and Communications added, the mechanism limits the delegation that can be rationally made to any pool and spreads delegated stake more evenly across a larger number of pools. Furthermore, the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪 will be changed again in March 2021 when it is increased to 1,000. However, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 will maintain an open dialogue with Cardano community to make decisions regarding this increase. In this scenario, Harrison made the following classification. And to be clear, no one is delegating to an oversaturated pool will lose any of their stake. It is simply that the return on their stake, or the return on investment, will be reduced if they remain delegated. We always encourage the community to keep an eye on their delegation choices, and this will especially be especially important around this time. So a very important update there, guys. It's important that we understand that this change is coming on the 6th of December, and it's important that we potentially redelegate our staking to pools that are not overly saturated, and thus actually increase the rewards. And the same can be said again in March of 2021 when the parameter K is being doubled again, so you earn even more rewards. So ultimately this is a really positive thing for the Cardano community. So hopefully, guys, it makes it quite clear and simple for you guys to understand what you need to do and when you need to do it by. Because it is going to have an impact on your passive earning capabilities here, and obviously this is something that's important for all those kind of long-term players such as myself and Chris. Anything you want to add to that, Chris?
No, just if you're confused by anything, just let us know by leaving a comment.
Absolutely. And as always, go ahead and smash that like button if you found this useful, informative. It really does bring a smile to Chris's face here. And as always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And in doing so, you'll be kept up to date with all of the live streams and videos that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. And with that said, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll see you again in the next one.
Take care.